Hello everyone. Now we are going to talk about selection tool. Like how many selection tool we have in our Photoshop or how it's work. So in Photoshop we have three selection tool: Merge Q, Lasso or Object Selection. In first we go Merge Q. Press the right click and you can see that we have four type of selection tool in MergeQ. First is rectangle, then single column, single row and ellipse. You can select the rectangle one and click your left key in your mouse and it's going to give you the selection in rectangle shape, like simply. It's called single selection, double selection, subtract selection, and it's give you this selection between two selection. First single selection, think if you made this selection and you are going to make another one like this. In one time you can make one selection, but with the help of this double selection tool, in one time you can make multiple selection like this. Selection subtract tool, if you want to subtract a selection, so you have to select this tool, press left key and drag it down like this. Now you can see that it subtract this selection where we made. Now this, now you see that it's give you the selection between the selections. I hope you understand how it works. Press the right click and you can see the all selection. The second one is single column selection tool, like this. If you made this and go on there like this, now you can make any column like this. It's give you this type of selection like this. It's a column and row selection tool. If you want to remove the selection, so you have to press Ctrl D. Those selection gonna be delete. The last one is ellipse selection tool. Press your left key in your mouse and drag it down. Now you can see that you have a selection but in a shape of ellipse. Control D. Now you can see that it's remove the selection. The second one is lasso tool. In lasso tool we have same thing like this. It work on like this. You have to press your left key in your mouse and make it selection and release the button. It's going to join the starting point like this. You can see that, and Control D, selection, delete. In lasso tool you can see that this feather give you the blurry thing, like you use this and feather 8. I hope you can see that in this selection there is a blur, something blur. Now you can see this like this blur. This blur gives you the blur with your selection. This feather tool. I hope you understand. Like this. This feather tool work like this. The second is magnetic. The second one is magnetic lasso tool. It's have a amazing ability to select the object. Like you can see that my cursor is far from the object, but it's make a selection like this. It's have to ability to detect the subject or similar thing like this, like this, like this. You don't want to join that place, you can simply press double click on your left button, so it's gonna be made a selection, give you the make a selection. Control D, selection delete. Now this, it work like an angle like this. Third one is object selection tool. Think that you make a rectangle like this and you released your button. It's gonna automatically give you this selection of the object or similar thing in your object like this. It's have ability to select this subject like Control D, selection delete. Quick selection tool, press your left key and it's gonna be select quickly like this and this. It's have ability to select this subject or similar thing which you are going to select like this. You saw that. Third one is magic band tool. In magic band tool you have to press in one place and it's give you to make a selection like sorry, it's not magic tool, like this is basically working on colors, like where you can see similar colors, it's select only that place. Control D, selection delete. In magic band tool you can see this same. In quick selection tool you can see the type of brush. It's working like a brush, like it's a new selection like single selection what you said, what I said before. Second one is like this. Second one is multiple selection like that, and third one is subtract selection like this. You don't want this selection, you can subtract it like this. It's a size of your selection, yeah, like this. You can see this. Now hardness of your selection and angle, how you want to select your thing, like this. I made angle downwards, that's why it's gonna make selection in downward like this. So Control D. Now think that you made a selection. No, we are going to select object selection tool and select the object in our image like this. If you want to remove your background, so you have to select this subject in your image, then press Ctrl Shift I. It's give you the selection reverse. Selection reverse always used for a removing background. Delete. Now you can see that our background is delete. Selection reverse works simply. Whatever you select, it's gonna reverse. In subject selection tool, you can see that made. In made, you can see rectangle or lasso. In the help of lasso tool, you can select freely like this. You can make selection like this. This Control D, selection remove. I hope you are understanding. You can see that MM lasso tool, LL, in subject selection tool, WW. It's a shortcut key. It's a shortcut key. Like you want to press L, you directly go on lasso tool, then press W, you directly go on subject selection tool like this. You press M, like you directly go on merge queue selection tool. In merge queue selection tool, you see that only rectangle and ellipse have shortcut key, but single column and single row don't have any selection tool, because we use very rarely this tool. In lasso tool, we all have shortcut key like L. If you don't want to go there and select another selection, you simply press Shift and L. Now it's give you a lasso. Second one is magnetic, third one is angle one. Now you can see that, and you press W. Now is it on subject selection? You press Shift W. Now it's quick selection tool. Now Shift W. Now it's magic band tool like this. like this. You have to do only single click. Let's give you to made a selection like this. Selection delete, Control D. I hope you are understanding. So these are our selection tools in Photoshop.